We're going to look at some more pentatonic scales. We're going to look at the regular pentatonic scale, the major or minor depending on how you look at it, and then two other pentatonic scales that are not as common perhaps, and the tune we're using is Softly as in the Morning Sunrise. So the A section of this tune is just this, right? C minor, D split, G7, C minor. But as I've explained in previous videos, when you see this kind of chord progression, you can think of it as just some kind of C minor. So it's more of a kind of a modal approach. So you can use different minor scales and create different sounds. So I'll record a little vamp like that here. So instead of trying to make every chord, I'm just going to play some kind of C minor. So here we can use pentatonics. And the first obvious choice would be just a regular C minor pentatonic or E flat major pentatonic, depending on how you look at it. I just want to stress again that as a guitar player, we need to kind of get away from the idea that this is some kind of blues scale. That's not what I'm talking about here. You can totally play blues stuff, but this is, think of it more as a piano player would think of pentatonic scales, or a horn player. You know, I'll try to demonstrate what I mean. So this is C minor pentatonic over this vamp, A section of Softly. So more of that kind of stuff instead of, you know, that's not what we're doing here. It's more... I can also play G minor. And D minor. So the different pentatonic scales create different sounds. And you can obviously mix and match. So next section we have this E flat major 7 chord, so we are still playing the same scale, E flat major pentatonic or C minor. Then we have a G split to C7. I'm gonna think of that as a C altered for those two chords. That's something that I've talked about before as well, the idea of harmonic generalization, that we're not considering every chord. We're kind of going for a bigger picture. So I'm going to play some kind of C altered pentatonic, and that would be G flat or F sharp pentatonic. Or I tend to think of it as an E flat minor pentatonic. So let me record that section. So the B section is E flat, C altered, F minor, and then D split G. I'm gonna think of those bars as only G's altered as well. So it's gonna sound something like this. So E flat, C, and here I would play a D flat major pentatonic over the G, right? F minor pentatonic and D flat. So E flat major pentatonic, G flat major pentatonic, A flat major pentatonic, D flat major pentatonic, if you think of it as major. I'll try to do that over the backing track here. E flat major pentatonic, maybe experiment. Playing D minor. C minor. As you can tell, I'm mixing them up a bit there. So now let's move on to the more unusual pentatonic scales. First, I would like to mention, by the way, this is all in Jerry Bergonzi's book, Pentatonics. So I know those of you who follow me, you know that I like to talk about Jerry Bergonzi's books, and I haven't even covered all of them yet, so there's more to come, as it were. Now, the first different pentatonic scale is, I'm not sure what to call it, but if I take a C minor pentatonic and I lower the B flat to an A natural, I call that the C minor 6 pentatonic, even though there's might be some confusion because the minor referring to the pentatonic and the 6 is a regular 6. It's not a minor 6th, it's a minor pentatonic with a 6. Right, so let's not get confused there. So it has a kind of Carlos Santana sound to it. Works great over this tune. So again, I can play that over a C minor vamp. So let's try that. C minor vamp for the A section. So here comes the pentatonic. Great sound. I love that sound. It's got that kind of Schofield vibe to it. And what you can do is you can play over the C altered that we have in the B section. You can play a C sharp minor 6 pentatonic or D flat minor 6 pentatonic. And then over the G altered, I'm gonna play an A flat minor pentatonic, minor 6 pentatonic. And over the other chords, I'm just gonna play regular pentatonics. So here is, I'm gonna try to demonstrate to play this kind of pentatonic over softly as in the morning sunrise. Here we go. A flat major and C sharp minor. Sorry about that, and I forgot to mention over the F minor, you can play an F minor 6, obviously. Alright, now let's move on to the next pentatonic scale, which is a little bit more strange. It is a G major flat 6 pentatonic. If you think I'm making this stuff up, it's like, what? Check out the Pentatonics by Jerry Gonsi. So if you don't like these scales, you can complain to him. I didn't make them up. But there is such a thing as a G major flat 6 pentatonic. So if you have a G major pentatonic, it's obviously this, right? Flatten the 6th degree. Now there's no C in this scale, so it's a little bit more tricky to find because jazz has a tendency to move kind of fast, and I'm not a super big fan of the idea of like when you have to transpose scales. Like, yeah, if you start this scale on the 3rd degree or whatever, yeah, the chances are that the chord is already gone. But I like to relate everything to the root. So even though there is no root in this scale, I like to add it, like starting on the C, and then I play the scale. That's something I like to do. So we have a 5th and a 6th or a 13th, major 7, 9th, and the flat 3. Let's hear what it sounds like over a C minor map. I like to think of the G triad as the kind of base of this scale. What am I doing? All right, so it is a pretty hip sound. It's just that I don't play it. I never play it. But part of me is thinking it's because it's kind of weird, and another part of me is thinking I need to practice this more so it becomes part of my playing. Now, for the C7 altered, I'm gonna play an A flat major flat 6 pentatonic. And then for the G7 altered, I'll play an E flat. Right? So let's see what the hell that sounds like. That was my little pentatonic lesson. So 3 different pentatonic scales that you can use over softly as in the morning sunrise. I hope you got something out of this, and I shall see you next time.